So when he took his eyes, let me tell you something. Peter was so fast to jump out of the boat. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm reading these notes because it was good to me. Peter was so fast to jump out of the boat because he had trust in Jesus while he was in a place of comfort. Peter was like, okay, yeah, well, I'm going to just get on out then. But he was saying yes while he was in a comfortable place. He was saying yes where he had security around him, where he was in a place where he was like, I know we ain't drowning in this boat right now. It's windy as what? But we ain't drowned yet. And so Peter took himself out of a place of security, but he said yes while he was in a place of comfort. So as soon as Peter climbed over the side of the boat, that's when his test began. Because we can say yes in a place of comfort, and as soon as we have to climb over a barrier, or as soon as we have to get over a wall, that's when we're like, hold on. Wait a minute.
Like everything changing.
My name is Peter, but I don't feel very secure in this place that I'm in. And let me just break it down. So as soon as you climb over the wall of comfort in your life, and you have to walk into a place of complete faith in the Father, you're more prone to drowning if you lean on your own faith.
Say it one more time.
I will. So, as soon as you climb over the wall of comfort in your own life, that means I'm being provided for. I have a stable job. I have a steady income. I am not going to step out and lead worship like I should. I'm not going to step out and pray for that person like I should. I'm not going to do street ministry like I know I should. As soon as you step out and you have to walk in a place of complete faith in our Father, you are more prone to drowning if you start to lean on your own faith. Because when we're in the boat, we tend to control the sails. We have the ability to pull and make the sail fall. We have the ability to make the sail catch the wind. We have the ability to do all those things. And we can get into a place of comfort that causes us to say, oh, I know I just need to sit here and wait until the wind hits my sails, and then we'll be good. Smooth sailing, brother. Smooth sailing. Because all I have to do is just sit here with my, it's a beautiful day on this boat, even though I've been here stranded forever, just waiting for the wind to pick me up. Now, it's all fun and games until your boat springs a leak. Oh! Because those sails are not going to save you. And those sails will put you in a place of now hindrance when you were told to get out of the boat. Not told, but commanded to get out of the boat. And you said, for what? When I'm in a place of comfort, when I'm surrounded by things that appease my flesh, things that appease my environment. I got money, I'm driving a nice car, I'm doing it. And really the Lord's like, but what if there's more?
Correct.
Like, you got a nice car and you got a nice job, but are you fulfilled? You have a nice car and you have a nice job, but are you broken? Girl, you have a nice job and you have a nice car, but you go home and you're by yourself, alone, feeling broken, lonely, lost, without hope. And if you would just step out over that barrier, then you would be fulfilled.
That's good, bro.
And so, if we all think about Titanic, if a boat springs a leak or hits a glacier,
or a really big rock,
or hits a glacier or a rock, or any kind of thing that would cause it to start to sink, you lose the option of being able to step out of the boat, and you now have to throw yourself overboard. So you lose the privilege of having choice when you're disobedient, where you have the opportunity to have a command given to you. You follow that command, and God is gracious and says, okay, here you come on, buddy, here you go. Just like watching a toddler walk, he has his hands out, he's going to catch you. And in the place of sinking, you now have to throw yourself into something that the Lord already prepared you for prior to, but now you're throwing yourself over the side of a barrier. Just think about falling off a fence, if you could. You have to throw yourself over the side of a barrier, and when God is, this is the thing, like, God is asking you if you'll step out of the boat and willingly trust Him. Like, wouldn't you rather wouldn't you rather just be able to take the steps easily and be like,
Right.
well, shoot, I guess this ain't the best. I thought it was gonna be opposed to. We better die. All of that is unnecessary, and we get so caught up in our. The enemy will use things. He'll use things. He'll use people. He will use material. All of it is fading. This is what I have to try and get across to people, especially people in our generation, the younger generation, where we're so caught up on cell phones, social media, the clothes, the whatever, and it comes all back around. We can't play and act like our parents didn't deal with certain stuff, but material things come back around and they get better and they get more sophisticated, because the goal is to take our eyes from this. Correct. From this vertical place to this, where we're not even standing in the. Oh my gosh!
What, girl?
He took us. If you really think about this, he will take you from a place of being vertical and looking at the Father and use material things to distract you, where you're looking down. You're not even in the posture that God has actually called you to, where you're supposed to have your head held up and be confident. Right. You're now looking at a device or a thing or anything that puts your head down. And you're not even focused on who God has been. So how can you really say that you're willing to walk on water if you can't even get your eyes out your cell phone or off the TV?
Or off your situation.
Off your situation, and anything that does not have the willingness to bow its knee to Jesus is making you look down. Because anything that would bow its knee to Jesus already has you in a vertical place where you don't have a choice but to look up.
Correct.
All right. Yeah, amen. Thank you, Lord. So, man. All right, so the gist of that is, God knows your life. He knows that he has a destiny. He knows he has a purpose and a plan for you. And if he sees you staying in a specific place for too long, he sees you're comfortable, he will start to push you out of your comfort zone. So it would be better for you to just take the steps than to start to drown, because we all know that Rose and Jack could have been on the door together.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, he did not have to die.
That was a big old door.
It was not necessary for him to lose his life, but because he was thrown overboard trying to save someone else, trying to save someone else's life, he lost his own. Because he could have been obedient and stepped over the barrier.
Correct.
Amen? So,
amen.
If you need another example, let's talk about Moses.